So I have seen thousands of these Naruto vs Luffy videos and 90% of them are complete bullshit. So I thought I'll just react to this final video and end this debate once and for all.
You already know what time it is. This
Okay.
topic is genuinely so lame and boring, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm pretty charismatic, so I'm just gonna lay down all the
What the hell?
scaling and the best interpretations for said scaling, and overall come to the best conclusion for this debate.
Me
Just
too.
wanted to say as well, if you think Luffy or Naruto are either just not even planet level and are mountain busters at best, or you think as far as Naruto and Luffy can just blow up universes or are 4D, I highly recommend a gym membership and a Boruto. Now, with that out of the way,
Facts, bro. I can see why people would think that Luffy is close enough because Luffy power is literally broken.
these two goats and where they stack in comparison to one another.
Okay.
Far from one. As for speed, well, he's easily reaching light speed and many times over that. And with Luffy having gear multipliers along with power cliffing the majority of the verse after Whole Cake and Wano, Luffy even in his base form should be well into light speed. As for hack
Okay.
slash abilities, Luffy has ways of ignoring conventional durability through the use of advanced armament and conquerors, with conquerors potentially working on a spiritual level. Now, he's not going to be on some Mahito shit and grabbing people's souls, but at least on a small scale, Luffy can hit spirits, as conquerors is just the embodiment of your spirit. This may be consistent as well since Asura attacks with one spirit, and we know Zoro utilized it in Wano, and it was implied that he tapped into advanced conquerors. Again, bro can't transmute a soul, but he has some type of way to attack things like ghosts and
Yeah.
As for
Valid.
the other
Valid. I think this take is pretty valid. Haki can be considered like a power source that can attack, spirits, technically, because it is non physical. You can also argue that chakra can also pretty much do the same thing.
abilities, he can see into the future, and with Gear 5 has very limited Toon Force, being able to essentially bully opponents on his level with versatility. He can turn the ground to rubber, grab lightning bolts, poke
Yeah.
through people's eyes, and etc. It's safe to say Gear 5 is pretty broken, but how does it stack up against Naruto? Now, before we talk about Naruto in his prime, it should be established that even before Naruto actually got Baryon mode, Naruto by the end of Shippuden was a fucking beast. Kurama
Yeah,
alone
facts.
stated that he could just turn the world to ash, which Madara not only beats on his own, but then goes on to absorb the other 8 Biju, becoming the Ten Tails. Paz Naruto just comes in and fucking bullies him, so yeah. Then Madara gets another Renegon, gets hoed by plot, and then an even stronger being who can also create a truth-seeking orb so strong that it can actually destroy the planet. Naruto then fights and damages Kaguya, holds back on an amped Sasuke who was already fighting Kaguya.
It's crazy that Madara was so goated that Kishimoto had to nerf him down so much that he had to completely change the storyline.
Draws with him, and then somehow gets even stronger by the time he'd become Hokage. He's actually able to box and press a Momoshiki, who was absorbing chakra from Kaguya's dimensions, which we know at the very least contains stars in it along with celestial bodies. This is a Naruto who with barely any chakra, mind you, so not only is he nerfed, but this isn't even him as peak, that being Baryon mode, putting a fully
Yeah.
powered Naruto easily in that star to maybe even solar system levels of power. As for speed, well, we have a bunch of characters who base Naruto would massively upskill from, who are light speed or have light speed.
You know, I think when we are actually talking about being able to defeat one another, I think it's so. What the hell? So, when it comes to Naruto versus Luffy, one thing many people ignore is Baryon mode is completely broken, even more so broken. Because, Baryon mode sucks out life. Kurama is meant to be a immortal kind of being, who can live for thousands of years. But Luffy, on the other hand, can not live for thousands of years. So, I don't think, if Naruto gets enough hits, then technically, he would be able to beat Luffy without even dying. We should keep that in mind, Luffy.
Attacks like Haku, Darui, Itachi, and the list just keeps going on. Naruto, even before his crazy amps within the war arc, should be easily in this tier of speed, and with amps as
Yeah.
small as the one-tailed cloak being at least a 10 times boost. Obviously, things like KCM, 6-pass Sage mode, and Baryon mode would put his speed easily in the massively faster than light range. As for abilities, well, Naruto has crazy regen, can attack people's souls, and withstand soul-based attacks with truth-seeking orbs and 6-pass Sage mode, has access to all basic chakra natures along with things like magma and magnet release, can clone himself thousands of times over, can shoot
Mm-hmm.
shurikens that cause
Mm-hmm.
internal damage. On top of this, he has extended range with his punches, along with being able to predict and anticipate moves with Frog Kata, which, mind you, gives people with the Renegon trouble, which is just an evolved
Okay.
Sharingan, which already alone gives you precognition.
Okay.
And
Okay.
now let's talk about
Stop glazing,
For
bro.
Luffy, I always hear is Speed Blitz and Duraneg, which is just not really true. Both of them, in our opinion, have relative speed, with both characters easily being MFTL plus. And even if we say Luffy is a bit faster, why would his Duraneg work anyway? Naruto has dealt with things like truth-seeking orbs, which would
Okay.
get
Okay,
their
bro.
defenses and can harm Naruto, but that doesn't even work as Naruto has regeneration helping him, and it's not even going to be fatiguing him like Gear 5 did. And also, side note, Future Sight doesn't really work as Naruto has fought people with pretty much the exact same ability.
But I learned Mirror Mode has a time limit. This is the biggest piece of copium I've seen, bro. Are we really gonna act like Luffy's Gear 5 goes on forever like Super Saiyan Grade 4? Are we really gonna say Luffy's win con is through
Yeah.
stamina, which Luffy himself already
Facts.
has that
Facts.
stamina? Okay, bro. Like, bro, if you're gonna try and push an agenda, let's do it a little better. Like, come on now. In conclusion, Naruto's most consistent scaling is higher than Luffy's absolute best scaling, along with him having better hacks and more ways to kill him
True.
than Luffy does. We need to stop thinking Gear 5 is reaching a new tier of power. This is not.
Yeah. What I think is not without using variant mode, Luffy is I think way powerful than Naruto on the power scale. But if Luffy, I mean, if Naruto uses variant mode, then Luffy is pretty much dead. So yeah, that is it. And good video, bro.